Yeah, it's a moth. I acquire first name. We're gonna get into this covenant, man, the blood covenant, contractual agreement that the Israelites made with the Most High. Exodus 24, 3 through 8. Check it out yourself. See your end of the bargain with the Most High. Yo. The Most High showed us love, we showed it back in blood. He set us above all nations. Without hesitation, we took the occupation, not knowing what we was facing, a life and death situation. Feel the joy and elation, through faith and patience. Wield my shield against Satan, embrace the real bro. I get a taste of the steel toe. Nighty night on the pillow. Amalekites are as fake as dildos, and honey's checking out my billfold. But I'm broken, busted, especially when I start to discuss it. The way my people trusting in oppression is straight disgusting. Plant seeds and watch them take root. Get these shoulders popping in the city like it's Beirut. Now get down and grab a share plow. Get to working. Government's telling lies and straight jerking. Church ain't working. Money's hurting and Satan's lurking. And what's the answer? These niggas acting like babies. Need to change their pampers. Stop the dirty laundry. Close the hamper. Open the word and get fed. I'm dead to the world. Bring the truth to light and let's get these sheep and herds. Let's get these sheep, y'all. Come on. We live in a world of lies, corrupt cops and government. Only problem is you loving it. Enter the zone where the loss is prevalent. And don't be hesitant. Recognize the contract, the blood covenant. We live in a world of lies, corrupt cops and government. Only problem is you loving it. Enter the zone where the loss is prevalent. And don't be hesitant. Recognize the contract, the blood covenant. I'm back with a vengeance. Take your spleen and appendix and leave the rest for forensics. The work is splendid. My double-edged blade is my apprentice. And don't get split. Keep it holy with the military etiquette. In a land of confusion, we go through persecution, looking for restitution, popping shots at each other and needle shooting. And we think the solution is looting. Religion equals mind pollution. Rolling a soft floss and cruising on the Sabbath to get you a bruising. And don't get hurt. Stop, pull over at the curb at Lamert and listen to us. The covenant, 24th chapter, Exodus. Ash to the ashes and dust to dust. In the realm where the heathen get crushed. From the new to the old veterans. And who you claim that you better than? There's no touching the kid. Describe the Teflon lettering. It's the covenant. Let's go. We live in a world of lies, corrupt cops and government. Only problem is you loving it. Enter the zone where the loss is prevalent. And don't be hesitant. Recognize the contract, the blood covenant. We live in a world of lies, corrupt cops and government. Only problem is you loving it. Enter the zone where the loss is prevalent. And don't be hesitant. Recognize the contract, the blood covenant. Yeah, it's a moth. I acquire first name.
Well. Shabbat shalom, saints. What's up, y'all? Yeah, Satan tried to run up in here before I can even really get things figured out. He knew it was Friday Night Lights. He was up. Are y'all up? Who's up with me? Now I'm on the fam. Of course, y'all are in the house. What's up, y'all? Shabbat shalom. Manaf, my good sister. What's happening? Shabbat shalom. Only a couple of us. All right, no problem. It's all good. Yeah, best believe it. It's Friday Night Lights. Who's awake? Who took their nap? Let me find out y'all still sleeping. It's not that time. It's not that time. All right. If you're tuning in to some other brothers and you coming in late, okay, cool. Catch up later. Tomorrow morning you can rewatch what you missed. You ain't missed too much. All right. I felt in the spirit. I want to flashback a little bit. That song was called Blood Covenant. That is circa 2005. 2005. That's 17 years ago I made that song. Good Lord. All praise, honor, glory to the Most High, man. Hey, lest anybody believe, and hey, salute to all the brothers and the sisters that's doing their thing musically in Israel. Just a little history. Sons of Jacob, to my knowledge, first doing music for Israel since 98. 98. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. I think there was maybe like one or two songs I may have heard from UPK. Like they would play during the cable shows in the early 90s. But they didn't have the whole album. We did a whole album, 98. All praise to the Most High. So, yeah, the archives is there. I got it. And being that I represent a messenger of the covenant. It was only right to throw that in there. A blood covenant reminder. And when I say it's your brother Amath Iaqua first name, IQ is all the same. If you heard on that song when I said it's Amath Iaqua first name, I was saying that 17 years ago. That's not some YouTube tagline. All right. I told you I'm not a YouTuber. It just comes with it. But what's up, y'all? Y'all all right? How's everybody doing? I know there's only a few of us in here. It's all good. The late freight might show up. Maybe everybody sleep. Whatever. They're going to miss out on an impactful, explosive Don't Shoot the Messenger episode. We're on number 78, y'all. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. 78 in the house. My good and faithful family, man. Let's go on and get started. I think the first thing I want to do is hold on. What happened there? Let me share this real quick. And this is going to kind of set the precedence for the rest of the...
We can return to Plan A in England and...
Hold on. So in case y'all didn't know, England and the UK has decided that they're going back to quote-unquote normal. The interesting thing about this is this cat right here, Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister, and the whole parliament over there is engulfed in a whole little scandal that's happening. And him in particular, he's been busted on 2 occasions now, to my knowledge, 2 occasions that he's been having COVID parties. Well, maybe not COVID parties. And I got to watch me even saying it. He's been having get-togethers where no masks are being worn, no social distancing, breaking and being a hypocrite regarding his own rules. That he's got all of the UK locked down, got them out there marching and picketing and rioting for their rights and trying to back down. Yeah, you're right, Manaf. He can't even do it, comb his hair right. But he wants to run a whole nation. Unreal. So, in typical Esau fashion, man. Hold on, let me get a scripture real quick, and we're gonna. Typical fashion of the devil. He pulls one of these, and that's why I've been saying for a while now not to go to sleep. Don't go to sleep because this cat is on a mission to rock us to sleep. Let me share this real quick. Hold up. So we know this is classic scripture, Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. So we seen that happen with the people. Everybody was going mad. They was going crazy. There was riotous behavior. There was uproars of the people over there in the UK. They was bugging out because of all of the restrictions of the mandates that's being done, right? So the oppressive ways have drawn people crazy, right? But now he double backs and says, here's a little gift. We're going back to Plan A. Effective by March. No more masks, no more social distancing, no more vax pass, no more none of that. Contact tracing. They're in there, ready to praise him as the second coming because he decided to bow down a little bit. But guess what? It's a gift that will destroy the heart because 9 times out of 10, it's temporal. He's going to go back. They're going to go back. I mean, it's only fair because that's the way the white man does. He gives and he taketh away. He giveth and he taketh away. That's why I said it's a seesaw battle. It's a yo-yo. He wants to give a little bit to gain more confidence of the people, gain more confidence in the government, gain more confidence in the sciences. And then next you know, new variant came out. We got to go back. Watch what I say. But let's watch him now.
To Plan A in England and allow Plan B regulations to expire.
Yeah. That be the nicest man in the UK is crazy. Keith, man, shalom, brother. Shabbat shalom, man. And pray all is well with you. All right, let's get back to it.
Result from the start of Thursday next week, mandatory certification will end. Organisations can, of course, choose to use the NHS COVID pass voluntarily, but we will end the compulsory use of COVID status certification in England. From now on, the government is no longer asking people to work from home. And people should now speak to their employers about arrangements for returning to the office. And having looked at the data carefully, the Cabinet concluded that once regulations lapse, the government will no longer mandate the wearing of face masks anywhere. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, from tomorrow we will no longer require face masks in classrooms, and the Department for Education will shortly remove national.
The question is, why you got to wait till tomorrow? You got people out behind you. You telling me that the vid ain't gonna get you over the next 24 hours? This is all theater. And mind you, again, because he's so caught up in the mix and people is on his head, now it's like, okay, let me calm the people down, relax, we can go to plan A. That'll get you back on my good side again. Governor Newsom here in California did the same thing. Everybody was on his head. They had a whole recall. He had 2 million people ready to get him up out of office. All of a sudden, this cat comes with money out of nowhere. He's dropping universal incomes to people up north in Oakland and moving down here in LA, giving everybody $500 a month and all this other madness. And then boom, guess what? He's back in office. They took that whole recall off the table. Oh yeah, I'm gonna build up in the ghettos and so forth and so on, man. It's all game. Bayan Shakal, hey, what's good, my brother? Shabbat Shalom, man. You up late, as usual. Hey man, praying for you and the brethren out there, man. All right, let me let him finish. Come on, what you doing?
Guidance on their use in communal areas. In the country at large, we will continue to suggest the use of face coverings in enclosed or crowded spaces, particularly when you come into contact with people you don't normally meet, but we will trust the judgment of the British people and no longer criminalise anyone who chooses not to wear one. The government will also ease restrictions further on visits to care homes, and my right honourable friend, the Secretary of State for Health and Social Care, will set out plans in the coming days. Mr. Speaker, as we return to Plan A, the House will know that some measures still remain, including those on self-isolation.
Imagine
we
that.
can return to.
They can return, right? But nobody else. What is the UK? What if they got figured out that the rest of the world hadn't gotten figured out yet? Or maybe just because it's that scandal going on. Maybe it's because he didn't got caught up and now he's got to pacify the people to get everybody to calm down. And now once he does that, everybody got their pacifiers back in their mouth. He's gonna go back, relax a little bit, and then next thing you know, come in the summertime. Oh, we got to get back to it again. New variant is here. You know how that game goes. When he's speaking fair, believe him not. It's always applicable in this time, man. We're gonna see for sure how the white man is the devil. I'm gonna go in the class tomorrow. Our closing Sabbath class. I'm gonna prove through the scriptures that Christ called the white man the damn devil. And the proverbial famous quote of all Israelites, the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, we're going to prove that through the scriptures tomorrow. But nonetheless, it's all applicable now because we know that this devil is always on the mission. Child of Israel, if you on and you needed the email, there it is for you. thecovenant144@gmail.com. I know in the previous stream you had left a comment saying that you messed up the email. You didn't get I never got your email. It's scrolling at the bottom. Thecovenant144@gmail.com. Send it. I always respond when I get the moment to. All right. Yeah, Manath, I didn't know what the hell was going on. This thing was echoing. It just kept repeating the first couple minutes of the stream. It was all madness, man. Satan tried to move. I had to kill it. I had to kill it, I should say, and reboot it. But we back on. It's all good. I ain't gonna let that damn demon destroy the work that's needed to be done here. All right, so let's get to this PowerPoint and let's see what's on deck for the night. What is on deck for the night? Let's see. Let's do it this way. Boom. All right. So look what's happening now. See, there's certain amounts of vindication that should be said for those of us who've been diligently going about our business to expose truth. You know, Yahweh Shah said, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Well, it's our job to manifest truth, all right? As they say, speak truth to power. Now we're starting to see the Revelation 2:9 vaccine advisor, the Israeli vaccine advisor says, oops, quote, we've made some mistakes. Oh, tell me something I don't know. What were those mistakes, though? See, before, YouTube would get in the mix and want to cancel this and destroy a channel for that and censor here, censor there. You dig what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden they have to acknowledge mistakes were made. And some of those mistakes are some of the things that we've been knowing and understanding for a long time now. Now they want to come clean. Well, let's find out what he's talking about. Anayasha Allah, Shalom, my sister. How you doing? It's been a little minute. Pray all is well with you. Ramalas, hey, what's going on, Shalom? Happy Sabbath, my good brother. All right. Let's look. What was the mistakes? Professor Cyril Cohen is head of immunology at Bar Ilan University and a member of the advisory committee for jabs for the Israeli government. So he's on the advisory committee as it pertains to the jabs for the Israeli government. In a wide-ranging and forthright interview, the professor tells Freddie Sayers, first thing he says, the green pass / jab passport concept is no longer relevant in the Okra era and should be phased out. He expects it to be in short order in Israel. Now, even though he's putting this out there, they're still pushing headlines. Oh, Israel has had the worst outbreak of all countries in the world now. So as soon as he comes out saying the truth, they double down on the headlines saying the infections are out of control. So he's already acknowledging the Vax Pass is not relevant. The tracking, contact tracing, and all of that should be phased out because they've only utilized it for data collection. They've only utilized it to watch everybody's steps and where they're going. They've only utilized it, as we've seen in the one of the previous DSTMs I did, I think earlier this week, where they were talking about how the German police were misusing the vaccine passport and the contact tracing apps to help, quote unquote, solve crimes and locate witnesses. And they said they wasn't supposed to be doing that. But here we see. So what else did he say? He and his colleagues were surprised and disappointed that the jabs did not prevent transmission as they had originally hoped. Oh, so you're trying to tell me that when Slow Biden and the rest of them was talking about just get the poke, you won't get it? You're not going to go to the hospital. Relax, folks. Trust the science. It's safe and effective. Keyword effective. Remember that? Oh, now they're saying, oh, we're surprised and disappointed that the jabs don't prevent transmission. Yeah, so even though you get poked in that arm, even though you rode along with and our people done put every faith and hope that they have into this damn thing, hoping that they can, quote unquote, get back to normal. They believe the narrative, and now they had to come clean and say, actually, it doesn't stop you from spreading it. So now we're seeing the super spreading happening by all those who think they've been liberated because they got poked in the arm. So they out there in the public. They're in the bars. They're in the clubs. They're in the churches. They're in all over the place. They're at home gathering, doing everything because they're under the narrative that I'm safe. You're safe. We're all good. Meanwhile, it's a big cesspool of transmission going on and super spreading amongst the poked. What else did he say? The biggest mistake of the pandemic in Israel was closing schools and education. Oh, well, that's already been recognized worldwide. How all of the kids now are dumbed down. None of them want to go to school no more. None of them are learning anything. Teachers is checking out. We've seen all kind of scandals as Zoom meetings and classes was going on. All kind of folly that was happening during these meetings in these so-called classroom study sessions. So it's affected the next generation, but that's what they want. Gen Z has to be completely dumbed down so that the next phase of the New World Order and the next phase of world domination, Agenda 2030 and the Great Reset and Build Back Better and all that other madness. So all of that can go into effect because you know what? Next generation and those of our generation is going to be too damn dumb to even try to figure out what's going on. What else did I say? Widespread infection is inevitable. Oh, whoa. So as much as they keep promoting, we need you to get boosted. We need you to get poked twice, 3 times a lady. They said, listen, widespread infection is inevitable. It's going to happen. It's beyond control. They've been lying all this time, talking about as long as you get it, get poked, we'll be safe. Now, what did he say? Widespread infection is now inevitable. Is now an inevitable part of future immunity, otherwise known as herd immunity. Well, hasn't that been the case? Hasn't that been already said early off? That was the science, right? They said herd immunity would mean that once 70%, they said 70% of the population, once 70% gets poked, will achieve herd immunity and everybody can get back to normal. No big deal. They beyond 70% getting poked right now, and they're saying, no, we need everybody. We want 95, 98. Y'all work at the same companies like me, where they're talking about everybody in the company needs to get poked, and they're considering exemptions for many of us. The military didn't get no exemptions approved until the Supreme Court just overturned that mandate that Slow Biden laid down. Everybody was under the gun. So now they want to double back. When they asked Frankenstein Fauci about herd immunity, he said, "What is that? That's flawed science. I don't think that's going to work. We need everybody jabbed." What else do they say? The Omicron has accelerated the pandemic into the endemic phase in which the vid will be like the flu. Now, again, I'm not saying that the vid doesn't exist and all the other matter. I'm not one of them tinfoil hat cats. It's definitely real. But if you look at the statistics and the CDC, they said that 99.77% people all recover. All the symptoms, we went over them 2 weeks ago. All the symptoms is just like the flu with the exception of lost taste and smell. But even then, when you get the flu, sometimes your taste buds is gone. You can't taste stuff. Your nose is stuffed up. You can't smell nothing. So even that could be considered something that would be just like the flu. People that are getting really sick are the ones who've already had pre-existing conditions that would cause a flu or this vid to be more symptomatic and problematic for them. And then when you look at the death numbers, uh, it's very comparable to how many deaths there are a year just from the flu alone. People die from the flu. Y'all know that. People die from the common cold. Y'all know that. People die from pneumonia. You know that. What you say? Is it not according to not according to the sciences? They're gonna tell you no, it's not. It's different. It's a different variant. No, it's not the same. That's why they came out with Flu-Rona. You remember that? That's a whole new. Oh, it's the Rona plus the flu, and you know. So they're basically it. We know it's always been the flu. Bottom line, they just slapped a label on it, fear monger the people to death, and it is what it is. Hey, what you look? Keith said what? He had it. It was a bad cold for him. He didn't get poked. He recovered. All praise to the Most High, man. Perfect witness right there. They got people acting like, hey, you know what? If you get it, you're gonna die. I mean, even to this point, man, you can't cough or sneeze around nobody. They looking at you crazy. They thinking you got something. Even if you've had it, people are hesitant to even be back around you. You know what I'm saying? That's the fear mongering that's going on, man. But the Most High said he didn't give us. Hold on, I gotta get that scripture. The Most High didn't give us a spirit of fear. And let me get that. That's in I think it's in Philippians. Hold on. No, that's in Timothy. Let me share this with y'all. Hold on. I need to share my screen differently. Look at this. 2 Timothy 1:7. It says, "For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." See, that's what the children of Israel, man, that's what we're supposed to be locked in on. When we actually feared who? Not man, not them that can kill the flesh, but we fear the Most High. We shouldn't be fearing anything that man brings to the table. So we're seeing here the Most High hadn't given us the spirit of fear, but Esau has been able to manipulate the minds of the people, and has everybody living in bubbles, everybody walking around with masks on, goggles on, double mask, face shields, gloves on. You know, somebody sniffs, they moving away from you. Because now they got in everybody's mind, man, everybody's dying. The hospitals. Remember how they showed all the beginning videos they were showing was people in China dropping dead in the streets out of nowhere. And they was acting like this is the worst thing that ever happened, man. If you get it, you can die right at the bus stop. You can get it as you're walking out of work and fall right out and die. Remember those images? People, all them damn gooks was falling all over the place, dying. And that set the precedence. Where it was like, boom, ooh, shoot, if you get this, you could die right away. So with that being understood, then once it gets over here and it's understood, oh, it's made its way to America. Now everybody's scared to death. And people still running around scared, man. I know people who will not leave their homes unless they absolutely have to. Unless they absolutely have to. Let me get this damn bot up out of here. Get up out of here. Absolutely. Sis, people that ain't getting jabbed, man, we ain't having them same problems. That's a problem that the people that's getting poked, they got duped. Yeah, let me stay focused. We're gonna see what we're gonna see the games that Esau done play with this whole thing, man. Esau is a trip. He's a real trip. Um, so now they're coming clean. And now they want to come out and actually admit to their folly, admit to their lies. Now they want to acknowledge and say, "Oh, okay, guess what? The vid is actually like the flu." When if you said that, if I said that 6 months ago, a year ago, uh, I'd have been they'd have shut the channel down and said this was medical misinformation. So let me be cautious what I'm saying because they'll still double down as the bots keep creeping up in here. Man, get the hell out of here. Boom. Okay. Now let me get back to business. All right. So look at this headline. This is what we were talking about. Fully jabbed Australians in hospital for the vid surpassed the unjabbed. Now, this is actually this particular article I got from one of their fact checking websites. Because Bill Gates, I think the NIH or no, the head of the CDC, one of them cats, man, it was the head of Reuters, which is a mainstream news article. Reuters does the fact checking. Snopes does the fact checking. These are all sites, man, that the same people who's pushing this narrative have paid these media outlets to be quote unquote fact checkers. So as soon as somebody comes out with something, they already have their damn demon bots and demon, fingers typing out something to say that's not true. That's not true. You can have two, three, four, five witnesses, and they'll still say that's not true. And the dumbed down sheeple will sit back and just say, you know what? I saw on this article it said it wasn't true. And you can say, well, I'm showing you five different articles saying that it is true, that they're lying about this, that, and the third. They're going to believe the lie rather than the truth. So I purposely took from their fact checking website because they were saying that this was, I think they said this was mostly false, partially true. Why did they say that? This is the games that they play. Okay. They based it on the headline. Fully jabbed Australians. in the hospital for the jab surpassed the unjab, right? This how you know the devil's in the details, man. This is how he play these damn games. Now he's looking at. Hold on, y'all. Let me stop this banner because it's distracting me. Okay. Now look how they qualified to say that it's not true. The headline is misleading. It refers to quote Australians, but the complete article focuses only on data from New South Wales, a state in the southeast region of the country. Now, because it's true for residents in New South Wales, which is a state in Australia. So in New South Wales, people that are fully poked are in the hospital and they surpassed people that's not poked in the hospital. Only in New South Wales. Now the question is, aren't they still Australian? You see what I'm saying? They said it's fake because they title it Australians as if it's talking about the whole country. When if they really read and understand what they're saying, they're still acknowledging that people in New South Wales are still Australians. It's not a lie. They are Australians. But they would say, if you're not saying Australians from New South Wales, it's a lie. When they acknowledge in the damn article what part of Australia, they just said the article focuses on New South Wales. But because they didn't put it in the headline, it's a lie. The fact of the matter remains is that in Australia, in New South Wales, people that are fully jabbed are in that hospital more than people who are unjabbed. But what are we seeing on the news? What are they putting out there in the media? Oh, the hospitals are full of all of those who are not poked. Whoever hasn't did the roll up are the ones who's in there dying. The young people are in there being rebellious. They're the ones that's filling up the hospital beds. They're the ones overwhelming the nurses. They're the ones stressing out the doctors. Everybody who didn't get poked. When we know damn well that's a lie. And here's proof. And the way that they try to disannul it is to say that the headline is misleading. Give me a damn break, man. That's how you know, man, the devil played games, man. Semantics. The data from the New South Wales government was current through January 9th. According to that data, 2,030 VID patients were hospitalized in New South Wales. Of those patients, 28.8% were unjabbed and 68.9% were fully poked. Hello. You talking 29% of unjabbed compared to 69%. That's damn near a 70-30 balance or imbalance. 70-30. The data does not include information about whether the patients have received their boosters. Okay. The same data reported 159 VID patients in intensive care units. Of those patients, 49.1% were unjabbed and 50% were jabbed. So it's damn near 50-50. That's why we've always said, man, what benefit is it to get that poke? Outside of being a super spreader, outside of getting sick. Everybody that I know, have said it time and time again. Everybody that I know that's gotten poked has gotten sick, with the exception of my mother. I think they gave her a placebo or something. All praises though. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad she's in good health and she ain't had no setbacks. But yeah, and she was against it. She was against it, but she buckled under pressure for work. She went and did it. All praises again. She ain't been sick, but everybody else that I know that got that thing, they all got sick. All of them jacked up. All right. We talked about that last time. I think Manaf, you said what 20 people at your job died. Uh, it's a whole thing going on. Okay, look at this. 2/3 of the jab reactions are caused by a placebo effect, says a study. Now, this is why I've already said in my theory that they've mixed these pokes. And I brought out a couple of different articles and different instances. One in West Virginia, where there was a CVS. They gave this woman a placebo shot on accident, called her and told her, oops, we gave you the wrong jab. Come back. She went back and got poked again. The dumb broad, she should have been thinking, wait a minute, what did you give me the first time? Now you want me to come back and get poked again? I don't trust you. I'm not going. She went back and got it poked and then still went on the news and said, I just feel it's my civil duty to make sure everybody's safe and do my part and blah, blah, blah. Then there was another pharmacy, I forgot which one. They was giving kids the wrong damn doses. I mean, it was all kind of madness going on. But there was evidences of placebo jabs was out there. So what's a placebo? Hold on. Let's make sure we all on the same page. Just so that we know. So a placebo is a substance that has positive effects as a result of a patient's perception that it is beneficial rather than a result of a causative ingredient. So in other words, there's nothing in the particular injection that causes any reaction. But it's a patient's perceptive. It's in their mind. They thinking if I get poked, I'm gonna be safe. I'm gonna be okay. That's why it was so crazy when you talk to people or you knew people who got poked and they would still be like, "Oh, you haven't got your jab? You can't come over. Oh, you haven't got your jab? You can't come to work," or whatever. And you're supposed to be saying, "Well, I thought you got jabs so that you could be safe. Why are you worried about me? You're immune now. You're good." But in their mind, they still didn't believe or understand that the narrative was, "Oh, if I got poked, I should be okay." So a placebo basically is just a mind game. Look, an inactive substance or preparation used as a control in an experiment or a test to determine the effectiveness of a medicinal drug. So, in other words, it's a fake medicinal, and they use it as an experiment to see what the patient's perception is as it pertains to them believing that what they got helped them. And meanwhile, it wasn't nothing in there. In their mind, they think that they got something. Let's look back at this. Okay. So now they've already acknowledged. They said 2/3 of the C jab reactions are caused by a placebo effect. Now this is also interesting how they're trying to play this with this article because they're trying to use this also to say that people's minds are playing tricks on them. See, in one instance, when we're looking at this, we got to say, okay, guess what? They're saying that any of these reactions, any of these adverse reactions that's happening, oh, it's because of the placebo effect. Hold on. So we seen what a placebo is, but let's look at the effect. Well, let's look at it. Hold on. Let's look at it from a psychological perspective. Let's look at this. Psychology Today. Let's see what this article says. Now, follow me on this one. Okay. So, remember, 2/3 of the jab reactions. So, they're talking about side effects, reactions, so forth and so on. They're saying that that's only happening because of the placebo effect. It's not really happening to the person. This are the games that Esau's playing now. This is out of Jerusalem Post, published on the 20th, earlier today. Okay. A third of the clinical trial participants who received no jab reported systematic adverse events, including headache and fatigue. So they're saying that they gave them a placebo shot and people were still complaining that they had a headache and fatigue because what they're saying is in their mind, they was already prepared that they were going to have side effects. So their mind created these side effects. Let me finish reading this and then we're going to look at placebo effect and what they're calling a nocebo effect. Okay. More than 2/3 of the common side effects people experience after the jab can be attributed to a negative version of the placebo effect rather than the jab itself. Also, it's not the jab that's doing these things, it's the placebo effect. New research indicates. Scientists at Beth Israel, Deacon and the Revelation 2 and 9 cast, there they go again. Scientists at Beth Israel, Deaconess Medical Center in Boston examined data from 12 clinical trials of the vid jabs and found the nocebo effect accounted for 76% of all common adverse reactions after the first dose and nearly 52% after the second dose. A third of the clinical trial participants who received no jab reported systematic adverse events like headache and fatigue. The findings published in JAMA Network Open suggest that a large portion of milder side effects such as headaches, short-term fatigue, and arm pain are not produced by the jab itself. Did you hear that? They're trying to convince people that it's not the poke that's causing any of these side effects. It's your own mind that's doing it. Look, short-term fatigue and arm pain are not produced by the jab itself, but by other factors thought to generate the nocebo response, such as anxiety. So now it's a psychological effect. Look at this. Look at this again. Placebo. A placebo is a substance or a medical procedure that resembles an actual treatment but does not actually act on a disease or medical condition. That's why I'm saying, in my own theory, this is my own opinion, they've got a mixture of pokes going out there. Some are placebos, and they are creating a placebo effect in people who thinking, hey, I got it, I'm good, and now they feel like more confident about how they're moving in life. Then there's another half who's actually getting something else jammed up in them that's weakening their immune system, jacking them up, causing heart attacks, strokes, blood clots, all this other stuff. See, when you seeing all them particular side effects, are you saying that that's a placebo effect too? You saying them soccer players and basketball players and all of that's been dropping dead? Oh, that's a placebo effect. Those aren't real, side effects that's happening. See, that's Esau, man, playing games. So here he says, a placebo is a substance or a medical procedure that resembles an actual treatment but does not actually act on a disease or a medical condition. In effect, it is a fake treatment offered for experimental or other reasons. That's why I said, man, a social experiment is happening right now in real time, and they're involving the whole world. For some people, however, placebos can still have a positive or negative effect on symptoms, if only for a brief period of time. Look at this. What is the placebo effect in psychology? A positive placebo effect is thought to occur as a result of believing a treatment is real. Did you see that? That's how they play it in psychology. A positive placebo effect is thought to occur as a result of believing a treatment is real. All they got to tell people is that it's safe and effective. All you got to do is get your first poke. Oh, oops, sorry, you're going to need two. Oh, two didn't work. We're going to need to give you a booster. Third, guess what? I'm sorry. You're going to need a fourth one. And what do? People sit back. Okay, I believe. This is going to make me better. Oop, I believe. I'm never going to get it. Oops. If I do get it, I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to be okay. I won't go to the hospital. Because who's telling them that? I just showed the article with Stephen A. Smith, the talking head, commentator on ESPN, where he damn near was about to check out from the vid after he was ranting about people who didn't get the poke. He expressed his opinion about those who didn't get poked, and especially was hard on Kyrie Irving. And what did he say once he got out? Oh, if I hadn't got the poke, I may not have survived. That's what the doctors told me. Well, Negro, the reason why you was in there, you should have questioned and said, wait a minute, why am I even in here? Why am I so jacked up? I got double vaxxed. I'm not even supposed to be in here. Y'all lied to me. But no. What he come out? He came out and started promoting the same damn agenda. Or if I hadn't got the poke, I might not be alive. And you know how I know that that's a damn script that's being said by all of these doctors? A coworker of mine, he works in a different department, but he got poked and he got the vid, and he came out the hospital saying the same thing. And this cat beforehand was anti-flu shot and the whole nine, acting like he was riding for the cause, that he wasn't with medical oppression and all of that. And guess what? Boom. He comes out talking about, man, good thing I got that poke. That saved my life. Why? Because they're part of the positive placebo effect because they believe the treatment is real. Look, combined with the body's natural ability, have we been talking about natural immunity? Combined with the body's natural ability to provide pain relief, in effect, a placebo can be a psychological remedy for a physical ailment. However, a placebo effect can also be negative, such as experiencing side effects from a medicine you're not really taking. Esau is wild, man. He's saying it's all in your mind. These side effects is all in your mind. It's not the jab that's doing it. And they said, in particular, in that article that we just got to read in the Jerusalem Post, they said that that was part of the reason that they brought it out in hope to increase confidence with the jab to let people know. Look at the nocebo effect. What's the nocebo? Because notice they said that too. The development of adverse side effects or worsening in the condition of a patient that occurs in response to medical treatment, but cannot be considered due to specific treatment used. With the nocebo effect, it tests subjects believe there may be side effects they often experience in them. See, with the nocebo effect, if a test subject believes there may be side effects, they often experience them. But you know what? That's scriptural. That's very interesting that Esau breaks it down on a psychological level like that because guess what? He breaks it down and says, "Oh, it's because of anxiety. You wanted it to happen. You expected to have a sore arm. You expected to have nausea and a headache, and you expected to be fatigued and all of that. And now you brought it upon yourself. We just injected you with a saline solution, man. You didn't even get the poke." And then people sit back and say, "No, you lying. You did give it to me, man. My arm was hurting for 3 days." And they can say that was all in your mind. That's the type of games Esau's playing. But look at this. Proverbs 23:7 says what? For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. So the Most High lets us know, man, as you think and manifest things in your mind, you can and will become that. You think negative, you think wickedly, you're going to act out and you're going to have those same spirits come upon you. You're thinking on righteousness, you're meditating on the commandments, you're moving forward in the spirit of truth. The Most High is going to preserve you and have you walking in your upright fashion and in your integrity. You premeditatedly thinking about murder and all of that, you're going to carry it out. You sodomites out here and these cats struggling in the closet, down low cats and all of that, man. They in there thinking, and while they're laying up with a woman, they imagining that they with a man, and before you know, they out there cheating with another man. All of that's going on. For as he thinking in his heart, so is he. But check this out. Oh, you know what? Nah, there's another. Yahweh Shah said it. Yahweh Shah said it. And was it Mark? Mark 7. And yep, here we go. Look at this. And this is him rebuking the Pharisees who was trying to condemn the disciples for not washing their hands before they ate and all that other stuff. Yahweh Shah was really came down on them hard. You know, damn ignorant Christians be trying to use this thinking that it has something to do with eating all meat, so doing whatever they want to. But here we see Mark 7 and we'll start at 20. So it says, and he said, that which cometh out of the man, that defileth the man. Verse 21 is the main one. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetous, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, and foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man. So even Yahweh Shah was talking on a psychological level, acknowledging and saying, you know, just like we read in Proverbs 23, where it said, as a man thinketh, so is he. You know, now even Yahweh Shah is acknowledging. He's saying, look, out of your heart, out of your mind is going to proceed those evil thoughts and it's going to manifest into adulteries, fornications, murder. That's where the evil thoughts come from. That's why in Hebrews 4 it tells us that the word has to subdue all of those. I guess I got to go there. But Esau is playing this against us. He's playing our mental capacity against us into saying, you're tripping. I didn't do nothing to you. It's all in your mind. See. Oops. Hold on. What happened here? Okay. Look at Hebrews 4 and 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. See, it's got to be through the word that the discernment and the intents of the mind are weighed in the balance. And if it's against the Most High, it needs to be cut and chopped down. If it's for the Most High, it's got to be sharpened up. See? But this is the games that Esau plays, man. That's why everything's got to be filtered through the Most High and His Word. So here he goes. Esau saying it's all in your mind. Ain't nothing going on here. You tripping, right? So let's move on with this PowerPoint and get some more articles about it here. I done ranted enough on this dude, man. But I'm just showing y'all, man, how deep this cat is going. How he's playing this whole social experiment out. How it's all part of his whole mental. Now he's playing the psychological games. Now all of that's coming out. Look at this. Look what they back to doing in China. This is the type of I'm talking about. When you playing these type of games with people, and we just got to see it. We talking. They just said that the jab is ineffective from transmission. They acknowledged that all of the wrongs that they was doing. Now they double back it, and look what China's doing, man. Because they know, man, these goops, Moab will do anything. He's gonna eat anything. He'll be submissive. He's gonna fall in line. So now look what China. I said this last year. I brought this article out. As a matter of fact, I've been uploading some of the old retro, DSTMs from earlier, and I forgot what number it was, but I recently just put it up where I covered the initial article when they put this out there. China is bringing back anal swab testing. Oh yeah, the nose ain't good enough. The nose ain't good enough. They need you to bend over, spread them cheeks. And they said that they actually are inserting the swab. You know where? Look at the picture. He got one leg up on the seat, swabbing in a circular motion, and you see it in here. It is inserted. If y'all can see that picture, there's the tip inside, and he wants to swab. So now he wants to sodomize you in China. He out here sodomizing these cats, man, in order to do quote unquote testing to make sure everything's solid for the Olympics. What is the purpose of that, man? But that's the damn Moab, man, trying to be like the damn so-called white man, trying to one up him in folly. And we see here, at least 27 people underwent their controversial anal swab test at an apartment building in Beijing, where a 26-year-old woman had contracted the okra. So they bear down on this whole apartment building. They said, listen, there's one woman in here who's got the okra. We're going to need all of y'all in the building, man, to bend over, touch your toes, while we sodomize you rectally with this swab. I mean, this is the madness that's going on, man. But we just get through seeing. People will do anything to get back to normal or to feel safe. China just pushing the button. They're pushing the boundary to see how far will people go. And we see it here. Look at this. I'm a because they've been flagging channels and shutting things down when it comes down to this iMed. So I'm not going to say the word, but you see here the iMed, and that's a alternative medicine that many doctors are promoting. Joe Rogan and all them was out there promoting it. They didn't cut him off of YouTube, all of that, for trying to say that this iMed actually can treat the vid, and people are recovering from it. but they're banning and shutting down anybody that's saying it. But why are they using it on inmates in Arkansas? Huh? So the hypocrisy is worldwide. I mean, is mind blowing. While they're telling the public, don't use this. It's made for horses. It's a dewormer. It don't work. That's false sciences. It's fake news. It's blah 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 blah. But meanwhile, they're using inmates in Arkansas. They're having to sue because they've been giving it to inmates in there. So, a group of inmates at a jail in the U.S. state of Arkansas are taking legal action saying they were unknowingly prescribed the horse-worming drug ivermectin. I'm not going to say the right word, but you know what it is. To treat the vid. Small doses of the eye are approved for use on humans, but health officials have warned against its use for the vid. So, one minute they're saying that you can use it, but they're saying just don't use it for the vid. Which is it? They run around here saying that it's for animals and all this other stuff. Legitimate doctors are all saying that it's not for. There's medical uses and reasons for it. It's not just for animals, and they've got two different types of versions that should be used. That's why they had to acknowledge and say you can use it as a human, but they're saying just don't use it for the vid because we've got jab 1, 2, 3 and a boost ready for you. So don't go off the beaten path. Stick on here and get what we approve. Okay. But meanwhile, the hypocrisy is clear. They're out here giving it to the inmates. Continue reading. Anti-jab activists and conspiracy theorists have been promoting the drug as an alternative to the jab. The doctor who administered the drug said no inmates were forced to take it. In a lawsuit filed by the American Civil Liberties Union, the inmate said that after contracting the vid, they were given a cocktail of drugs they were told contained vitamins, antibiotics, and steroids. It said they had been administered the eye without prior informed consent. So, which one is it? Is it no good? Or is it just good enough to experiment on some inmates who they don't give a damn about anyway? I'm willing to put a little change on the table that these cats in Arkansas, guarantee you at least half of them was Jake. You know, they love to experiment on Negroes. You know that. Proverbs 11 and 9, a hypocrite with his mouth destroyed his neighbor. See? They run around and say, no, don't take that. Don't take vitamins. Don't take nothing else. Nothing else is going to save you. All you need to do is just get poked. Well, listen, what our brother say? Keith said, man, I didn't even need it. I was solid. You got it all. You got it all figured out, right? You dig what I'm saying? Let me. My thing is true. Oops. Okay. So we see the hypocrisy, man. He's destroying his neighbor. Why is he doing that? Because he's got people forcefully denying alternative treatments and telling you go ahead and go get poked up. And then when you go get poked up, now you super spreading. Now you actually getting the thing. Now you got a heart attack. Now you got a stroke. Now you all jacked up. I've known people who've gotten and people I know people or have relatives that got the poke and have had heart attacks and strokes after receiving this thing. That's how he's destroying his neighbor and being a hypocrite as he's giving it to some inmates, right? But through knowledge shall the just be delivered. So it's only through the knowledge of the Lord that we're going to be delivered, man. We have to stay locked in on the true knowledge. Don't follow after this madness, man, because the so-called white man is completely lost his damn marbles, man, and he's trying to take everybody down with him. He knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. Let me check this. Let me check the chat real quick. I ain't checked back in. I don't know if them bots is on here wilding out or not. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me see what's happening. Right now, y'all. Shalom, shalom. Little Hebrew. Hey, shalom, Mark. What's good with you, brother? Let's see here. Uh-oh. Oh, whole family got it, huh? All right, look like we good. The bots ain't came through. All praises. We'll keep them up out of there. All right, let's get back to the business. Let's go this route. Okay. So, as We seen earlier Boris Johnson. He's out there in the UK. He's saying it's over. We're going back to Plan A. No problem. Blah blah blah. Right. But guess what? The headlines will continue worldwide. They're going to make sure that people in the UK are all still fearful and all going to be saying, "Hold on, wait a minute. I know we're free to roam, but I just seen an article that says the vid pandemic is nowhere near over. New variants are likely to emerge." Did you? Hold on. See, now my brain and already recollect something. Uh, here we go. Look how fast that was. See, so we just seen Boris Johnson telling everybody, "Hey, we're going back to Plan A, y'all. No more masks. No more contact tracing. No more vax passes. You can go back to the stadiums and root for your favorite soccer teams and all that other stuff. Don't worry, we're getting back to normal." And they was in there, yeah, yeah. But now look, the Okra subvariant BA.2 is, quote, under investigation by UK health officials. So they've already acknowledged. Look, that was the next day, the 21st. That was today. When he put that speech out, that was yesterday on the 20th. They're already saying in the UK, uh-oh, there's a subvariant that's under investigation in where? The UK. Also, it's just under investigation. It's not going to stall anything. We're still going back to Plan A. Oh, that's until the investigation becomes clear. Oh, this is a danger. We need to lock down again. See how the white man sets it up? That's what I'm saying. He's playing games. It's the yo-yo effect, making everybody feel comfortable, making everybody feel empowered now. Yeah, we won a victory. We backed them down. We made them, give us our rights back. Or did you really? Or is he playing another psychological game with you? They're already saying the new Okra variant, BA.2, is already on the way. And it's being investigated on whether or not what needs to happen. Look, a sublineage of the Okra strain has been formally designed as a, quote, variant under investigation by the UK Health Security Agency. Some 426 cases of BA.2 have been detected in the UK so far. The UK HSA said on Friday, with the earliest dating back to December 6th. See, it's the nature of viruses to evolve and mutate, so it's to be expected that we will continue to see new variants emerge. That's the white man for you, though. So the UK, they celebrating. They think they won a victory, but little do they know, he's already got the backup. He's already got the backup ready to rock. You dig? All right, so the headlines are still popping. The vid's nowhere near over. New variants is likely to emerge. Right? Look. Uh Man, this kind of threw me off. I was supposed to put this one back down later, but it's okay. We talked about this before, man. Everybody be careful out there. Y'all got the Apple phones and all of that. Showed y'all how they're using the air tags to track down people, follow them home, carjack them, doing that other stuff. Y'all know what time it is with that. Okay. I know I brought this out a couple weeks back, but there's more crime that's been happening with it. So if you got an Apple phone, make sure your locations, all the other stuff. I don't know how you uh can avoid it. I don't have no Apple phone, but they said that you should stop sharing your location. You'll get a notification that says that something's not, something's following you or carrying you or watching you, and you gotta switch up your location. But the air tags are being used, man. Jakes is out here, doing some dirt, tracking and following people. All right, but let's look at this. So the vid cases keep piling up. They're gonna make the UK look like the oddballs and look like, man, what are y'all doing? You ain't safe. We're going to shut down travel from anybody coming from the UK. All that's going to start picking back up, man, and that's going to make the UK say, you know what, we got to shut it down again. And if they're going to do it light, you guys got to put your mask back on. We need you to be back 6 feet. You know what, we're going to need you to put your tracker apps back on again. Yeah, the new variant is here. Well, if you want to travel, you want to go to France, you want to go ahead, they won't let you in unless you back on deck again. See how that works? So look, Germany's has passed 100,000 new infections in the last 24 hours. You know, the okra is out of control. Germany's registered more than 100,000 new vid infections in the past 24 hours, according to data released by the country's public health agency on Wednesday. Hasn't Germany been locking down like crazy? Aren't they imposing all kind of mandates? Haven't they already made it in various countries in Europe? They're making it mandatory to get poked by February. A number of different countries are doing that. Everybody poked. No exceptions, no exemptions, none of that. Everybody needs to get poked. Germany's one of them. But they got to keep promoting it. Oh, we got 100,000 in a day. Run for cover. Okay. So the headlines will continue. Now what's happening on the war front? You know, every day we're looking at moving closer and closer towards war. Every day. The last Wednesday, hump day, they were saying that war was imminent at any time. They said between days and weeks. So what's happening? Russia's moving more troops toward westward amid the Ukraine tensions. So now Russia is doubled down, added more troops to the occasion, right? So they're already acknowledging that warfare is inevitable, man. Inevitable. And then you got the Negro down there in Louisiana trying to run for the damn what was he running for? Senate? And this whole campaign is about weed. And here we are dealing with world affairs that could possibly lead to nuclear destruction, and this dude's worried about lighting up some damn blunts. See, Russia is sending an unspecified number of troops from the country's far east to Belarus for major war games. Officials said Tuesday, a deployment that will further beef up Russian military presence near the Ukraine amid Western fears of a planned invasion. Amid the soaring tensions, the White House warned that Russia could attack its neighbor at, quote, any point, while the UK delivered a batch of anti-tank weapons to the Ukraine. At any point, things can fly. Any point, things can get hot. And the Negroes too worried about, TikTok dancing and doing all this other madness, man. Too worried about popping that pill, trying to mix up the next cocktail to see how much higher they can get. Sister's trying to figure out how she can clap them cheeks even better than the next one next to her. Trying to figure out how she can seduce the next sucker to give her some money. Sodomites is on there, catfishing everybody online. I mean, this is the state of the world. And we're talking about going to nuclear war, possibly at any point. Bare minimum, we talking regular. We're talking about asymmetric warfare going down with nukes on the table. So, Russia's Deputy Defense Minister Alexander Fomin said that joint drills with Belarus would involve practicing a joint response to external threats. External threats, not internal, external. So they're expecting NATO, US, all them to come into play. Ukrainian officials have warned that Russia could launch an attack on the Ukraine from several directions, including from its ally Belarus. Joel chapter 3, let's read this. Verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. That's what's being prophesied. That's what we're into right now. Among the Gentiles, among the heathen. Who's at war? Esau is a Gentile nation. Belarus, Gentiles. These are all Edomites infighting with each other, man. Satan casting out Satan. And they're bringing in the EU. They're bringing in America, right? So proclaim me this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. See, this is different than, fighting, the Ishmaelites over there in the so-called Middle East over dirt patches and roads and all of that, and in caves. No. You talking about ones who have the ability to strike back with missiles, bombs. I mean, Ishmael didn't have nothing. What did Ishmael have? The most they had was some anti-aircraft missiles, guns and all of that. They didn't have no access to no missiles, to no nukes, to no drones and none of that other stuff. They was in their guerrilla warfare for the last 20 plus years. It's way different now. They said, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. This is why we're hearing about all of the European nations as being involved in this. Americans being involved in this. China, Taiwan, Japan, Central and South America. They're being made to choose sides. Remember the article I just brought out in the last DSTM about how China, no, was it China or was it? No, Salaki. It was Russia that was telling Venezuela and Cuba, hey, get ready. Because I might need to set up shop over there. Remember, I looked out for you when you was down and out. That's how much closer they can get to America. Okay? So it says, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So whether or not anybody wants to believe that we're on the brink of warfare, the ones who don't want to go to war, hey, you're gonna have to get bear down and draw some strength, because the time for peace and all that other stuff is out the door. They have to do it now because listen, that's how they're going to ultimately collapse everything that's happening in America. You see the economy is crashing, the crypto's crashing. You seeing the food supply, everything is set up for everything to just completely collapse and fall. White man's mind, I'm going to build back better. I got a whole new great reset, but we have to destroy everything first. What better way to do it than to initiate war? We're already seeing everything else falling apart. Last is to get to war. So the plowshares and the swords, so the aspects of peace will be gone. Now everybody's arming up. Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Verse 12, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat is the valley of decision. That's where we're going to find and see the initiations of World War III happening. The third woe. Now it says, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So they're lining up warfare based upon prophecy, based around judgment, because this has to go down. This is why we're hearing these war drums constantly beating, and we're seeing what's going on in the earth right now. And it's starting over there with Russia, the Ukraine, you got China. You just seen Kim Jong-un. He's over there launching his hypersonic missiles and all of that because he's feeling left out. He wants to acknowledge his power and his strength. He wants to let America know, if anything goes, I'm ready to jump in. Look, new evidence of a huge military buildup within striking distance of the Ukraine in preparations for, quote, a 9-month war emerges after Slow Biden said Putin now has to do something. So Slow Biden is out here talking crazy, saying, okay, well, you don't move this close. Swing. In other words, see, satellite images dated January 19th show a battle group deployed at Voronezh base around 200 miles from the Ukraine border with rows of tank artillery and support equipment massed there. So look at that. What else are they talking about? Look at this. Slow Biden, man. This dude is a straight clown. He had a whole 2-hour press conference the other day, and they asked him about Russia. And he said, hey, we're not gonna act on nothing if it's not major. If he invades just a little bit and all that, I mean, that's cool. Which everybody in the world took that as he gave the green light for Putin to invade. He said, man, I'm not tripping if you go in there and do a little something. It's all good. But if you do something major, I'm gonna have to step in. So everybody was on his head, was like, what? What did you just say? You just got the green light. You just told him it's okay for him to go in. He had to double back. And they gave him a script to read. They told this fool, man, Slow Biden, hey, read the script, man. Don't mess up again. because you damn near just ignited the war. Slow Joe, man. Look, any incursion into Ukraine is an invasion, so we had to clean it up. Whether it's little or it's great, it's an invasion. I didn't mean to say you can go in there and do what you want as long as it's minor. Blundering Biden is sent out. This guy's got all kind of names. Blundering Biden, Slow Biden, Sleepy Joe, Jim Crow Joe, what they call him? Bare shelves Biden. After he's talking about the shelves are not empty. Bare shelves Biden. I mean, he's got all kind of names, man. Blundering Biden is sent out with a script to read his White House. They acting like they don't give him scripts all the time. I mean, this guy be struggling to read them damn teleprompters. So they sent him out with a script to read as the White House scrambles to clear up a mess caused by his press conference gaffe that was taken as a green light for a Russian attack. See, that's how we know warfare is going to happen, because he's going to slip and say something that's going to set it off. So President Slow Biden today used the script to offer his fulsome back into the Ukraine after he yesterday inflamed the invasion crisis by suggesting a minor incursion by Russia would go unpunished. Biden said Thursday a move by any Russian forces into Ukraine would constitute an unacceptable invasion. Biden also said the U.S. will respond to any moves by little green men, a reference to Russian soldiers posing as militia, as well as cyber actions and paramilitary tactics. I've been absolutely clear with President Putin. He has no misunderstanding. If any assembled Russian units move across the Ukrainian border, that is an invasion. Well, we just seen how Putin responded. It said he assembled more troops to the border. I mean, who's taking the threats from Slow Biden seriously? Biden said that at the White House, reading from a prepared text at the top of a meeting. He said an invasion would be met by a severe and coordinated economic response. See, he's worried about economic response, man. They talking about, man, let's get it on. Strap up and get ready. That he discussed in detail with allies, as well as laid out very clearly for President Putin. Biden caused international fury yesterday when he said Russia might not be punished for a minor incursion. It led an immediate clarification by the White House, and Kamala Harris did a round of TV interviews this morning to push back on it. So they in damage control, man. The White House is a mess. That's how you know, man, America's finished. And this is still year one. He's just entered his second year. Can you imagine? The madness that we've had in this past year, and this is only year one. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. You know. Let me make sure ain't no bots up in here. Okay, we solid. Let's get back to business. All right. Look, Iran, China, and Russia hold a joint naval drills in Indian Ocean as Putin prepares to face off against the West in the Ukraine. Look, prepares to face off against the West. And Slow Biden is doing this. Look, this is what he's up to. He's making blanket threats. He's out here saying you can have a minor incursion and it's all good. And sides are being chose. Iran, China, Russia, they're already linking up. They're trying to get, the South American and Cuba, the Cuban countries on board, some of the Hispanic nations, to utilize them in proxy wars to have those islands and those lands to be places for them to set up shop so they can get a little closer. See, it's already going hot like that. So Iran, China, and Russia hold a joint naval drills in the Indian Ocean as Putin prepares to face off against the West in the Ukraine. Iran state TV said 11 of its vessels were joined by 3 Russian ships, including a destroyer and 2 Chinese vessels on the Indian Ocean on Friday morning. They ready to go. Look, the U.S. ways evacuating diplomats, family members from the Ukraine. So the U.S. is already talking about, we got to get our family about the Ukraine, man. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. They're getting their family up out of there. See, and what's the news talking about? Oh, the okra strain is overwhelming the hospitals. Hey, make sure you go get your booster. They still running that game. They worried about Russell Westbrook getting benched on the Lakers. I mean, who gives a damn? At this point, what do you care about if a basketball player is riding the bench now? But Negroes locked in what the Lakers is going, what the Lakers got going on, and the rest of the NBA, and worried about the NFL playoffs. And meanwhile, the diplomats is talking about get our families out of there, man. It's about to go hot with war. Iran, China, Russia, they lining up troops. They practicing war drills. They've already, got the damn military sliding up over here doing drills in North Carolina, weighing on domestic terror, and our people is completely lost, man. Remember I said this? UPenn, remember that tranny swimmer, the dude that was posing as a female, he smoked the competition, beat him, and then he went in, had another swim meet against a female posing as a male, and she beat him. And I said, that's bogus. You know that they did that so that they can continue pushing the narrative. They didn't want it to make it seem like this guy was it was unfair, so they can continue pushing the transgender agenda out there. Now look what this says. Now I said that when this thing first broke, this is 2 weeks later after this article, after the initial article came out. Now they're saying this. UPenn swimmer accuses trans teammate Leah Thomas of conspiring with trans Yale swimmer to lose against her. See, that's just what I said. It was all game. The dude had won, like smoked the competition. They was damn near 50 seconds behind him. There's no way that so-called female that was tranny male, whatever the hell, could have beat him without him throwing the race. And it was all for the agenda of the LGBTQ HIV agenda. Look, a member of the UPenn swimming team says that she believes Leah Thomas, 22, colluded with Yale tranny swimmer Isaac Hennig during the 100 freestyle race. Hennig defeated Thomas in the 100-yard freestyle, finishing with a time of 49.57, who finished sixth at a time with a time of 52.84 at a January 8th meet. The teammate says she is convinced and believes Thomas and Hennig came up with their plan before the Penn home tri-meet with Yale and Dartmouth. Looking at Leah's time, I don't think she was trying. She said, I know they're friends and I know they were talking before the meet. I think she let her win to prove the point that, oh, she, a female to male, beat me. See, that's exactly what I was saying. It's all game, man. The agenda don't stop. Uh-oh. Slow Biden at it again. Has Bear Shelves Joe given up? Has Slow Biden given up? That's the question. President says, look at this. And this is why I said, man, and it's been on my spirit, and it's only showing more and more true. All praise to the Most High. They're trying to rock Jakes to sleep. That's why you got to be on these Friday night lights, man. Don't be sleep. You got to be up. You got to be vigilant. You got to be aware. You got to be locked in. Look, see, good thing I came back over here. These damn bots popped up in here. Let me block this one. Let me block this next one. But why Amath? Hey, shalom, good brother. What's up with you, man? Hopefully you well. Hopefully you well, man. So look, has Slow Biden giving up? The president says he will spend less time on legislation and more on making Americans feel good. Did you hear that? What have I been saying for the last few weeks? Don't sleep. Don't fall for the okey doke. He's trying to rock Jakes. He's trying to play this little yo-yo feel, make you get back gain some trust again. He's trying to let it be known, oh, we're not going to use nukes in the war. Relax. Oh, guess what? We're going to ease up on restrictions. Don't worry. Everything's going to be okay. Hey, guess what? As soon as we get this budget approved, I got some more stimulus for you. See what I'm saying? The game is shown, man. President says he's going to spend less time on legislation. So he's going to say, man, I'm not going to push the pen no more. I got to go out there and make people feel good again. Why? Because the damn bastard's approval rating is damn near down in the low 30%. And Kamala Harris is just a little bit above him. The White House is a mess. All of her staff is quitting, running up out of there. He knows he knows he's in the shit house, to put it blunt. So what's he got to do? Oh, I got to gain confidence again. I mean, how in the hell can this dude sit back on his campaign and say that he was the most popular president ever when he got elected? And all of a sudden now he can't rub two nickels together, man, to save his life. Ain't nobody with him. So what's he gonna do? Oh, I got to make him feel good again. In his second year, let me read this again, has slow Biden given up. President says he will spend less time on legislation and more on making Americans feel good in his second year in office after he fails to pass most of his domestic agenda. The administration's popularity has suffered as a result of persistence of the vid pandemic, rising inflation, and legislative gridlock that saw his voting rights bill defeated last week. So beware. The devil's on the move, man. He said, I gotta stroke you. I gotta make your ego feel better. I gotta make you feel like I care. Right? What's the classic scripture? And let's look at Sirach 13, 3 down to 6. The rich man hath done wrong, and yet he threateneth withal. See how that works? When Esau does wrong, he still feels prideful enough that he can still make threats, he can still make demands, he can still put out mandates, he can be dead wrong. But he won't reel back. It's full steam ahead for him. So the rich man has done wrong, yet he will threaten withal. The poor is wrong, and he must retreat also. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. Verse 5, if thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yea, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it. So we see how he takes advantage of us. They're playing psychological warfare games on us. They out here, using plausible deniability when it comes down to these pokes and these big pharmaceutical companies experimenting on people dying, people catching all kind of damn heart attacks and strokes and everything else, and there's no answers. They're locking, the elderly up in these nursing homes, man. They not allowing people to see them. Who knows what kind of treatments that's happening to them? They dying. They getting what happened with the ex-governor of New York? When he was getting blamed for all of them deaths in the nursing homes because he ordered all of them ventilators and had a gang of them die on his watch. Shalaki. And what did he do? He wrote a book, got a $5 million advance, and profiteered off of the deaths of people. See what I'm saying? Verse 6, if he have need of thee, he will deceive thee. So slow Biden saying, hey, listen, I need the people back on my side again. I need to have them rally around me. So I need to make them feel good again. So now he's going to deceive. I mean, how many times has he lied? How many times have I gone over a number of different DSTM episodes, man, pulling lie after lie after lie after lie about this cat, man. And the rest of them built upon lies. So if he ever needed thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. Put thee in hope. Oh, I need to make him feel good. I got to let him believe again. He will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou? That's this cat right here. He gonna rub his hands together and say, man, as soon as I get this, it's the Republicans, man. I'll get you the stimulus. Just bear with me. And meanwhile, it's a Democrat, one of his own homies, that's blocking that whole little $1 trillion spending plan that he got. Imagine that. So who can he blame now? But he's gonna play this game of Sirach 13, right? Look what the feedback that's coming from the UK. They're saying, oh, the UK, they've abandoned the science. It's not right. They shouldn't be doing this. We should be back locking down. So, they're always going to have the detractors come out there to try to, present opposition. See, Mark Drakeford is on record saying this. We're a government that doesn't need to grab headlines to distract attention from the difficulties that we would be in if we were in the same position as the government in England. Wales is currently in a 3 week process of removing most of the vid rules, with fans now allowed to return to the sports stadiums and pubs and restaurants, allowed to operate outdoors without the rule of 6 or social distancing. But even when Wales reaches alert level 0, some measures will remain, such as face masks in shops and hospitality venues, vid passes for nightclubs and large events, and self isolation rules. Remember when I did that? I played that video over there in the UK, and the cat was trying to get gas, and they told him he had to sign in. He had to lock in with his QR code, and he had to scan his phone. He was refusing to do it, and the dude told him, "Man, I'm gonna make sure you can't buy gas no more anywhere." That's the type of hell they was going through over there. So now you can imagine how liberated people feel now. They get back out there only for them to pull it back down. Watch. It's like reading on it says in England, however, all Plan B measures will end on Thursday, including mandatory face masks and the vid passes. So Wales, which is different from England, they're operating a little different. They're scaling down too. But then you got the heads over there in Wales is like, yo, England, y'all moving too fast. You ignoring the sciences. Don't do it. But England is on the move. Referring to the number 10 party scandal, Mark Drayford added, I don't think there's any doubt at all that the UK government has long abandoned any sense that it's following the science. Quote, it is a government desperately in difficulties of its own, making it, and is forever on the lookout for a headline which will distract people's attention from the awful mess that it finds itself in. So he's saying that this is just a distraction because of the problems that they're having within the parliament and the problems that Boris Johnson brought upon himself with being busted out there in these little parties and everything else. So it's a tactical move for him to lullaby the people back to sleep, to get off his head, for him being a hypocrite and out there, oppressing the people. So he's going to lighten up the reins. And then next thing you know, they're going to say, oh, you remember that variant that we were studying? Oh, yeah, it's bad. We're going to need to, slap the mask back on. And yeah, you're going to activate that vid pass again. Only a matter of time. Look what's happening in Kansas. Kansas will stop futile vid contact tracing. Is that true? Manath, is that true? You know anything about that? Contact tracing? They saying they turning it off over there in Kansas. So now they're realizing in certain states too. They're saying, listen, us tracking you on your phones with these um, vid apps and all that other stuff, it's a waste of time. See, the lid is coming off on some of these states, man. Some of these Edomites got a conscience on them because they tired of getting locked down. If it benefits them, it's got to benefit the whole. So some of them is going to come clean. White guilt is real. So Kansas will stop contact and tracing for the vid next month because it is, quote, futile. As confirmed cases increase, the public becomes less interested in participating. The Kansas Department of Health and Environment said Tuesday the change, which takes effect February 1st, means people who test positive for the vid will be responsible for notifying their close contacts about possible exposure. If the person has been exposed at high risk settings, such as school or daycare, state or local departments will contact the setting, which will be responsible for notifying close contacts about potential exposure. Local health departments have already reduced contact tracing, and K-12 schools that were participating may also temporarily suspend contact tracing, the health department said in a news release. So things are starting to open up. People are starting to realize, hey, you know what? This is some BS. You know. Oh, you in Missouri? That's right, Kansas City. Why I say, isn't there a Kansas City, Kansas? No, am I tripping? My geography off? Maybe so. Uh, that's right, Kansas City, Missouri. What the hell was I thinking? I could have sworn it was a Kansas City. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. Hey, it's late night, so forgive me. Whatever. Uh, what you saying then about black pastors, boy? You said they count their money, huh? Nah, boy. That's about right. Oh, you want to know where the black pastors is at, huh? I meant to bring out that one black pastor, man. I think I got it. All right, you want to know where he's at? All right. Let me find him. Where's he at? Shit, I wanted the video, man, but it's too much going on. Well, here goes one of them. You want to know where he at? Here goes one of them. Michael Todd, Oklahoma megachurch pastor rubs spit on attendee's face during a sermon. Did y'all see that when he did that? And now he didn't already came clean and acknowledges his folly. Said maybe he went too far, but in the little sermon he said, soon as he spit in his hand and rubbed it all on the dude's eyes and tried to utilize it as the same parable of Yahweh Shai healing the blind. And he was saying, and when he did it, and everybody in the crowd was like, he was like, see, that's the same reaction people did when Christ was healing, and that's what it's about. And da, da, da. Now he, had to backslide and said, oh, maybe I went too far, with the shock value. Yeah, the black church is over here doing this foolishness. Oklahoma megachurch pastor rubbed spit on an attendee's face during the sermon. A pastor in Tulsa, Oklahoma, decided to share more than just the Bible from his pulpit. Michael Todd, the pastor of Transformation Church in Tulsa, decided to use a literal illustration to explain how, quote, receiving a vision from God might get nasty. Todd asked a church attendee to join him on stage before spitting some saliva into his hand and rubbing it all over the man's face. Here you go.
Changing something and you don't see it clearly yet, but you hear. And this is where most people would not face Jesus anymore. What most people would do is turn away.
See, so now he's trying to emulate and say that he's acting as Yahweh Shai, that he has the ability to heal, even though this is all prop, this is all theater. And I'm wondering how much they paid this goofball Negro to stand up here and actually allow him to do this to him. And I'm going to ride with the narrative. In the midst of a pandemic, huh? You spreading germs like that? Black church, here they go. Spit a loogie in his hand. Oh, he needs some more. You see the Jake? The Jake like, oh, what I get myself into? What I get myself into? Nigga, you got some money, I'm sure. They ain't paid you for this. It's all theater. But go ahead. Come on, Pastor Todd. What you gonna do?
It's just as he's physically standing here, knowing what's coming. God's saying, can you physically and spiritually and emotionally be able to stand when getting the vision or receiving it might get nasty? I'm going to say it in a point just like that. Receiving vision from God might get nasty. You mean, God, I just bought, in crazy faith, I just bought my dream car. And now you're going to ask me to sell it back and ride in the hoopty again? Yeah, because the vision I'm about to give you, it might get nasty.
No.
Do you hear and see the responses of the people?
Listen to this.
What I'm telling you is how you just reacted. It's how the people in your life will react when God is doing what it takes for the miracle. What are you saying? This man was blind, and what he was trying to do with this man is give him his DNA.
Did you hear this madness? Did you hear this madness? There goes your black preachers, man. There you go, boy. You done thrown me off. There he goes. Okay. Uh, good Lord. We just get to seeing what's going on in the world, man. We talking World War III. We talking famine, pestilence. We talking about all kind. And there is the black preachers, man. That's what they concentrating on. You ain't hear no scripture get read. Whole lot of narration, whole lot of theater, whole lot of spit, whole lot of loogie, whole lot of snot, right? The complete utter madness that these people. All right, I gotta get focused. I gotta get back. But there's the black. There go your black preachers, boy. All right, you seen it? All praises, man. You already knew what time it was. You had me going to the spirit. I had to pull him out. I wasn't gonna go there tonight, but you made me pull him out. Some of y'all didn't see it, right? You ain't lying. Y'all know what time it is. Hey, Lee said, "Hey, it's time for some A weapons." Hell no, you damn right. You damn right. And they gonna say, "Oh, that's you don't have no faith. You supposed to allow all of this madness to go." Man, give me a damn break, okay? All right, let's get back to the show. Let's get back to the show. All right, so look, early okra breakthroughs show the mRNA jabs weaknesses. They're already acknowledging. Look, the boosters. Look, you see it right here. Booster jabs with the messenger RNA jabs, such as those made by Pfizer and biotech, failed to block the okra in a study of some of the first documented breakthrough cases caused by the highly contagious variant. So what are they going to do? The head of Pfizer already said, we give us to the spring. We'll already have a poke ready for the okra. So you're going to need to be poked and jabbed and boosted for the okra. You're going to need poked and jabbed for the Delta and for the flu. So you're gonna need Flurona. You're gonna need the booster for the regular Delta Vid, and you're gonna need the okra jab. So now they coming clean and they acknowledge and saying, look, the booster ain't even helping you against the okra. I just got a notification from my job today, and they telling everybody by February 1st, you got to be boosted in order to be considered um, fully jabbed. So all the suckers that lined up, all the sheeple man that said, "Well, I want my job, I got to do it," or "I'm trusting the science." After they got their pokes last year, and some of them getting sick and all jacked up and everything else, they all was saying, "I'm not getting the booster. I'm not getting it." Oh, really? Well, now my job is saying, yeah, you are. If you want to keep your damn job, come February 1st, you gotta get compliant. So, good luck with that. All praise to the Most High, man. He got me shielded and protected from that madness. But the rest of them, I didn't eat the cheese. The rest of the little rats trying to fight and scrap to survive, they ate the cheese, man. Now they gonna realize the cheese was poison. There you go. And they telling you to get the booster, and they acknowledge saying the boost don't even help you. It don't even work. So go figure. Going back to the military police state here in America, we covered 1,000 troops is in the hospitals now in 6 states. Now look at New Mexico is asking for a guard to sub for sick teachers in amid the okra. You read that right. See how I'm saying? They trying to soften up the people to see military in uniform on the streets. So it can be hospitals. Now they asking for them to come in and be substitute teachers. Meanwhile, they're over there running drills in North Carolina, getting ready for domestic terror so they can have civil war in the streets. So it's not going to be too foreign for you to see some troops, pulling up at your school. I mean, what would be the necessary need for that? You calling for substitute teachers from the military? I mean, you telling me there's not enough substitute teachers already collecting unemployment sitting at home? Or do they not want to go? You think it's not easier that they can just go ahead and do virtual learning? Maybe that could be a sub. No, they want troops. They want the military involved. They want the military to influence the youth. They want the next G.I. Joe and G.I. Jane. See, Santa Fe, New Mexico. New Mexico is the first state in the nation to ask National Guard troops to serve as substitute teachers as preschools and K through 12 public schools struggle to keep classrooms open amid the surge in vid infections. Democratic Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham announced Wednesday the unprecedented effort to reopen classrooms in the capital city of Santa Fe and shore up staffing across the state. New Mexico has been struggling for years to recruit and retrain educators, leaving teaching routinely to long term substitutes who do not have full teaching credentials. Her administration says school districts and preschools are seeking at least 800 substitute teachers and daycare workers for shifts ranging from one classroom period to the entire day. They're also asking state bureaucrats to volunteer to serve. So, you tell me whether or not military influence is being pushed here in America, and what's the goal? You know what it is. Oh, isn't this nice? M&Ms. Now they want their characters to become more inclusive. You see the commercials. You know the M&M commercials. They always got the little M&Ms playing little, silly games and tricks on each other on the commercials and all that. But guess what? They're going to have to recreate some of these characters to be more quote unquote inclusive. Well, anytime you see that word, inclusion, inclusive, want to be a part of, who are the ones that they always are saying, who's the ones always crying on the outside saying we're getting left out, we're not being represented? You know who? The LGBTQHIV. Here they go. Now they want M&Ms. I mean, when does the takeover stop? This is complete madness, man. Candy's about to get more, quote, inclusive, with the maker of M&M's announcing its famed characters are getting modern makeovers and will have more, quote, nuanced personalities. Mars Incorporated, the company behind the colorful candy-coated chocolates, announced Thursday a, quote, global commitment to creating a world where everyone feels they belong and society is inclusive. See, the article didn't just flat out say we're going to have gay, lesbian, and tranny, M&M characters. That's why they put in these quotes in here. Oh, we got to make sure that we represent those in society who don't feel they're included, who feel that they've been left out. They're being discriminated against. Also, now the M&Ms, the male M&M's gonna have boobs. He'll probably have some heels on. Who knows? But this is the damn Twilight madness that's happening right now, man. The bizarro world that we're in, where now they even got to do, just knock it off. These are make believe damn candy characters, and they still want in. Cartoon, they want in. Remember I showed you that damn cartoon on Netflix, Queer Force. I think that was the name of it. I mean, they got the gay cartoon. I think that's the name of it. Netflix. Q Force. But here it go. They won't let it go. Will it pop up? I don't know. It's bottlenecking. Maybe the most I don't even want me playing that on the Sabbath. The hell with them. But you see it here. LGBTQ animated series. Q Force is coming to Netflix. See, they got the trannies all in this madness, man. The damn fags in here. Good lord. LGBTQ anime series Q Force is coming to Netflix. Q Force is an upcoming Netflix original adult animated comedy series created by Sean Haynes and Michael Schur. The series is written by Gabe Leidman, who is also the showrunner and cast member of the comedy. The series is animated by Titmouse Incorporated. When is the Q Force season? Who gives a damn when is it coming out? But you see it here, man. They oh my goodness. See, they want in on every damn thing. I mean, even M&Ms. I mean, it's a goddamn candy commercial. We want to be included. So we see where they're going at it with this, man. As part of the new mission to increase the sense of belonging for 10 million people around the world by 2025, Mars said the M&M's characters who serve as mascots of sorts for the brand would be receiving fresh new looks. Fresh new looks. So you can imagine where that's going to turn. All right, let's move on and start wrapping it up. Ex-Pope Benedict XPope Benedict XIV failed to act in child abuse cases reported. Say it ain't so. So I told you I'm gonna stay on the Catholics' heads. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get you damn Hispanics up out of there. I'm gonna get you Negroes up out of there. Yeah, oh yeah, there's Negroes who are Catholics. Get your ass up out of that damn church, man. Cause your ex padre, he failed to act when child abuse cases were being reported. Oh, so you're trying to say that he didn't acknowledge when all these rape cases was going on? Remember, we just got to look at over 200,000 in Germany, thousands in America, South America, Central America, all over the damn world, man. And he did nothing. You know what they do? They take one little priest, man, slap him on the wrist, parishioner him off to the next. We got a movie over here to this state, to this country. You did too much over there. See, so ex Pope Benedict the 14th failed to act in child abuse cases. A report says, with the Catholic Church in Germany and around the world facing charges of protecting abusive priests, former Pope Benedict the 14th, or is that the 16th? Excuse me, failed to take action against clerics accused of abuse. A Munich church reporter has said, Didn't I just show the report, man, with that one priest? He asked he asked the victim if he was gay and if he liked it, and he had to double back and apologize. This was going on in the damn Catholic Church, man. A complete cesspool of sodomites, man. And they involved in every aspect of debauchery going on. A child abuse report released in Germany on Thursday found that former Pope Benedict XVI failed to act in 4 cases of mistreatment. Benedict has denied the allegations, with a spokesperson expressing shock and shame at the findings in the report. What do we know so far? According to the law firm Westphal Spilkerwast, which conducted an investigation, Benedict failed to prevent abuse of minors during his tenure as Archbishop of Munich and Freising from 1977 to 82. In a total of 4 cases, we reached a consensus there was a failure to act, said attorney Martin Pusch, who presented the WSW report. 2 cases involved priests who were legally charged with child abuse and were allowed to continue their work in the church as pastors. The church also took no official disciplinary action against the clergymen, and it appears that no care was given to their victims. See, Zechariah 11. We're going to read 4 and 5. Thus saith Yahweh my power, feed the flock of the slaughter. Verse 5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. So now we're seeing how the judgment is falling into the hands. Most High said, of possessors, slayers, they hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Most High, for I am rich. So we're seeing how the heathens and the nations profiteer off of our oppression, and they saying, thank the Most High, because they done made me rich. And it says, and their own shepherds pity them not. So as our people are sitting out here pretend or praying that their shepherds are supposed to be looking out for them, their padres, their fathers, their bishops, at these particular hellhole cathedrals, they don't care. They're defending the damn Catholic Church. The Catholic Church is promoting the Pope. The Catholic Church has signed papal bulls that was allowing slavery and oppression to happen throughout the world. The Catholic Church was involved in the damn Inquisition and the colonization of South Central America and the destruction of the Indies, and they won't repent at all. And then as soon as you bring any of this up to these damn bogus Catholic priests and these devout Catholics, man, they don't want to do nothing but make excuses. So there's no pity. They allow all this to go down, man, and you try to wake up your people and tell them, man, get up out of there, man. You involved in idol worship. You're involved in Uh, uh, I mean, that's the biggest thing. You're involved in idol worship, false doctrine. You're involved in covering up sodomy and oppression and all kind of other madness that's going on through this doctrine, and you refuse to repent. Exodus 23:2. That's the law. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause of decline after many rest in judgment. See, he didn't even know. This bogus ass damn priest for Pope Benedict, he declined. He broke the law. Neither shalt thou speak in a cause of decline after many rest in judgment. He's not supposed to pervert the judgment. He's not supposed to stand by idle. He's supposed to come forward and make judgment. He didn't do it. He's following the multitude to do evil. He's parishioning these priests. He's turning a blind eye. He allowed all the sodomy to go on. He probably was involved himself. And that's what the damn Catholic Church does. Catholic Church is one of the biggest religious institutions and psych ward crack houses in the world, next to Islam and the regular Christian church. They're a multitude doing evil, completely breaking the laws of the Most High, man. And he sat back and declined and rest with judgment. Because our people don't know the law, they wouldn't even think about. And you know this. When I was back in 1977 to 82, you got to forgive. I mean, tell that to the people who probably was all kind of, mutilated and robbed of their childhoods and molested and all kind of other stuff, man. And because of Germany, yeah, majority of them probably was Edomites. But like I said before, I guarantee you they was importing in Jakes. I find it hard to believe that over 200,000 uh, molestation and child abuse cases in Germany didn't have no Israelites involved. I doubt that. Let's move on. Oh, Bob Saget. Let's update him. Remember him from Full House, and I think he used to do America's Funniest Home Videos and all that other stuff. Yeah, he died of the vid. No, I'm sorry. He died of what was suspected a heart attack, and he was fully poked, and he got his booster at the end of December. Died in his sleep. Suspected heart attack. They have yet to come with the full autopsy, but the last article that I read and I shared with brothers and sisters, it said that investigators and police suspected it was a heart attack. Imagine that. In the midst of people dropping dead and falling victim to heart attacks after they get these damn boosters. But what does his wife say? His widow, Bob Saget's widow, Kelly Rizzo, 42, says he had no health problems and his recent bout with the vid wasn't anything serious. So it wasn't vid related because he overcame it. She said it wasn't even that bad. He was poked and he was jabbed. And after he got the booster, no health problem, but all of a sudden he has a heart attack in the bed. You figure it out. You tell me what's going on. As she sobs through her first interview since his death and calls him the quote best man she's ever known. I don't care about all of that. I'm more concerned with what happened. What happened? Put two and two together. I think we can figure that out. Now, here we go. As we're sliding back into the next phase of the NWO, we're sliding into the next phase of building back better. We're sliding back into the next phase of complete domination and control by the government and the so-called white man. We already know the earth's been given into the hand of the wicked, as thus saith the Lord in Job 9:24, right? So now they're imposing the thought or even the question as to should the government control the price of food and gas? So we're talking about the question being posed to give the government full autonomy of how much food will cost and how much gas will cost. That's based upon the inflation. It's based upon the dearth and the famine of goods that's going on right now, where he's got to step in and try to say, well, listen, I need to control all products. You understand? So once he corners that market off, if they move forward with this, then they're going to promote and have a reasoning on how you can actually purchase these things. Hint, hint, right? And they're going to regulate how much you can have, how much you can't have, right? Rationing. See, all of those things come into play. So the question now, we're in a position now where the question is even being made. Does the government need to step in and control food and gas? That means that's the end of free market. That's the end of quote unquote democracy and all of that. See, this is what you're dealing with, like elements of socialism, where everything is government based and controlled. That's what happened down there in Venezuela. That's what happens over in various countries that is completely supplied by the government. See, it's one good thing. There's a good thing when the good times are rolling and everything's straight. You know, like I made mention about that documentary, South of the Border. See, when things was good, everything was solid because look, Venezuela had money. They were able to supply the people with education. They was able to supply them with food. They was able to supply them with free healthcare and everything else. So it's always good when they got money. But guess what? When they get cut off, see that's what happened with what's the name? Uh, uh, Venezuela. When they got cut off, now they didn't have uh, the financial backing. See, when the IMF cut them off and they didn't have no more resources and the sanctions got put down on them, they didn't have the ability to support the people no more. But the governmental structure of socialism was already in effect. So people start starving and everything else. All right, I got rid of one of them bots. We back on. Okay. So now here's a question. Is it time for the government to step in and start controlling the price of food and gas? So London, CNN, right? People are paying a lot more for food, gas, cars, and services, and inflation isn't over yet as the pandemic continues to distort the economy. So, should governments consider setting the price of essential goods? It's been done before, typically during times of crisis. So, that should let you know what we're in right now. It's a time of crisis. The fact that they even bringing this up because they said it's done, it's been done before, and it's only been done during times of crisis. So no matter Slow Biden patted himself on the back saying that he's overachieved and he's been doing a great job and all this other madness, but we're in a crisis right now. But for most mainstream economists, the answer to the question is a resounding no. Limiting how much companies can charge will distort markets, they argue, causing shortages and exacerbating supply chain problems while only temporarily reducing inflation. But that's what they want. They want to continue to create supply chain problems. They want to continually create shortages. They want to continue to collapse and break down every aspect of the economy so that they can build back better. The devil's in the details. They're telling you what they're gonna do. Right? Price controls can of course control prices, but they're a terrible idea. David Otter, a professor of economics at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, remarked in a survey published earlier this month by the University of Chicago. So that's on the table. Okay, this is why I'm saying you got to watch how he's moving. So he's talking about controlling the price of food and gas. Now they're starting to introduce the concept of having a digital dollar, the Fed coin. hmm Moving towards the digital space, moving towards the digital currency. And then you see why all of the crypto markets are starting to crash. Everything is taking a dip because what? He's got to crash everything so he can come back and say, here, I've got the solution. Federal Reserve is taking the next step towards possibly launching a digital dollar. The Federal Reserve is taking the next step in weighing whether to launch a U.S. digital currency, issuing a report Thursday that explores the potential benefits and drawbacks of such a move without indicating where it will land. See, and I brought this out maybe about a couple of weeks ago, where the Staples Center here, where the Lakers and the Clippers play, they've changed the name now to the crypto arena or the crypto.com arena. Now, the thing with that is that place has been there for over 20, I want to say 20 years at least. The Lakers have won championships there. All kind of madness goes on there, concerts and the whole nine. You're not going to change the brand and the name of a successful business unless you believe in what the future is going to hold. They changed the name of that. They got bought out. They're calling it the crypto arena now because they know that the crypto and the digital dollar space is where everything is going. They wouldn't invest in that if they didn't feel that that's where it was headed, where things was headed. And now here we see the Federal Reserve is coming out talking about, oh, we might have to we're thinking about putting the Fed coin on the market, which is going to be how the cashless society kicks in. Cash is going to be damn near extinct. People's gonna look at you crazy if you pull out some money. So all the damn niggas is out there with your money phones and holding your money all on your arms and doing it. All that's gonna be damn near just what it is, paper, and gonna be irrelevant because they're going to get rid of the cash. Okay. The central bank is asking the public to provide feedback on the question over the next 120 days, and it said that in any event, it would only seek to create a digital currency with, quote, clear support from both the executive branch and Congress. They know they're going to get that support, so knock it off. All right. We look forward to engaging with the public, elected representatives, and a broad range of stakeholders as we examine the positives and negatives of a central bank digital currency in the U.S. They know what they're doing. Look, further examination of how the matrix is going to play out. See how they are still moving towards a don't touch, don't ask, nope, everything digital. This is the next range of the matrix. IRS to require facial recognition to view your tax returns. So now they're moving into facial recognition just for your financial matters now. See? Cashless, digital, facial recognition, uh, contact tracing apps on the phone, everything, completely moving to a digital space, matrix based. They already introduced the metaverse. They want the niggas in there with your goggles on all damn day, living in the virtual reality. If you ain't seen it, I told y'all about that movie, Ready Player One. That's pretty much the metaverse. And that came out, I think, 2018, 2017. Steven Spielberg. If y'all didn't seen that, go check that one out. All right. The U.S. IRS has partnered with a Virginia-based private ID or private identification firm, which requires a facial recognition selfie, among other things, in order to create a access online accounts with the agency. According to Krebson Security, the IRS announced that by the summer of 2022, the only way to log into irs.gov will be through ID.me. Founded by former Army Rangers in 2010, the McLean based company has evolved to providing online ID verification services, which several states are using to help reduce unemployment, pandemic assistant fraud. The company claims to have 64 million users. See, and they've already ran into problems with this because of the trannies. You're taking a selfie, but your social security and everything else comes back that you're a man and you got a damn wig on and glasses and looking crazy. It's already got glitches. So this is the type of madness that we're entering in. By this summer, the only way that you're going to be able to access your IRS information is through facial recognition, man. They're already switching up the game on everybody. If you don't want in, you don't want access, you don't want to see your tax returns, you can't find out what your refund is. You know how Jake's is. As soon as you get your taxes done and you hear you got a refund coming, you online looking to see where's my refund, so you can get an update. Guess what? He gonna say, man, I'm not telling you until you take this selfie and we can load you in the database and we can have you facially recognized every time we see you. Privacy is over with, y'all. Let's move on. Look, as we talk about the Fed coin, currencies are tumbling, with Bitcoin falling 7% and Ether down uh, 8% in the last 24 hours. So they're crashing everything, man. The stock markets, the crypto. We seen over there. Covered the story when they were talking about Kazakhstan, and crypto was down another 8% because all of the crypto mining that was going on over there, and because of the uproars of the people that was happening over there, that it shut down the ability to create the Bitcoin. See, Bitcoin is the biggest cryptocurrency going on. They have to completely break that thing down. They already had economists coming out talking about it's going to crash by the end of the year. You need to sell, get out. See, once they collapse that thing, all the big time big wigs, they're going to come in, buy it up, pennies on the dollar, drive the price up, block everybody out to where you can't get back in on it. And then they're going to say, well, go get a Fed coin then. You love the crypto, you love the digital space so much. Federal Reserve's going to come in. They're going to start regulating every damn thing. That's why they coming in, looking at all your $600 transactions for PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. They want in on everything. Those used to be, little hustle banks that you could operate your money and keep your money safe from. Now they're in on that. Now they want in on the crypto. Now they want in on your facial recognition for your damn tax returns. So this is where it's going, y'all. See, surging real yields, jar markets eyeing the end of the easy money era. So all the little PPP hustles, all that EDD, everybody, listening to all the Reddit feeds and all the stock market jargon that's going on, man. That easy money's out of here. Everybody made all that money off of what's the name of that stock? AMC and all them other little stocks that went big and got Jakes all that money. They saying, man, that's over with. That's over with. They already made the corrections. They boosted up the interest rates and everything else, man. Confidence is down the drain. As long as they keep talking about variances out there, businesses are shutting down. The agriculture shutting down. I mean, it's all madness. But niggas is too worried about spitting in their hands and wiping loogies on each other's faces. And this is happening in the world. Look, farms are failing as fertilizer prices driving up the cost of food. Tell us something we don't know. But they're acknowledging it and showing us that knowing that famine is upon us, that don't mean that there's not going to be no food. You can't find food. Look at Egypt. You see the history of Egypt. It tell you with the 7 years of plenty, Joseph stacked up that food. People had to come get it. But when it got to the point to where they couldn't afford it, they sold themselves as slaves because they gave up everything they had. When they paid for it, they paid for it. When they ran out of money, they offered their cattle and everything else. They offered their land. And then when everything else is gone, they said, we got nothing else but ourselves. And Joseph and the Pharaoh at the time said, hey, that'll work. You come on in and be servants to Egypt. That's where we headed. Food is going to be there, but we won't be able to afford it. And then the food that is there, you talking Soylent Green, you talking GMO'd out, you talking steroided out. The food that is going to be available, going to be complete trash. We're going to be damn near eating plastic. Poop burgers and all kind of madness is going to be on the table. Bugs is all there. All right. So to let you know, fertilizer prices going up. They can't even get good soil. Farmers ain't even farming no more. Look, from South America's avocado, corn, and coffee farms to Southeast Asia's plantations of coconuts and oil palms, high fertilizer prices are weighing on farmers across the developing world, making it much costlier to cultivate and forcing many to cut down on production. That means grocery bills could go up even more in 2022. Following a year in the global food prices rose to a decade high. An uptick would exacerbate hunger, already acute in some parts of the world because of pandemic linked job losses and thwart efforts by politicians and central bankers to subdue inflation. Farms are failing and many people are not growing, says 61-year-old Rodrigo Fierro, who produces avocados, tangerines, and oranges on his 10-acre farm in central Colombia. He has seen fertilizer prices double in recent months, he said. And who's the largest farm owner in America? Bill Gates. So once you push out the little man, guess what? He's going to say, man, I got everything over here. Come get it. See how that works? Driverless trucks are set to take over the roads. Listen, they want to collapse and break down everything. They already got the damn driverless cars. They got the driverless pizza deliveries. You name it. Now truck driving, because what? All the truck drivers was quitting. They were saying, man, we ain't taking that poke. We're going on strike. Gas is too high. We can't do it. So Esau said, well, okay, fine. I don't need you. I'm going to get these driverless trucks on the road pretty soon. And that's going to be the end of it. You know, truck driving is one of the main occupations, man. Jakes come out the pen. They can go to truck driving school, get a little gig, man, get independent, hit the road, buy another truck, get entrepreneurship and do their thing. That's going to be out the door. Driverless trucks. They got robots working in the hotels, working in the restaurants now, flipping burgers and the whole nine. Man, woman, you're going to be obsolete as they move into the tech age. Because what else? They're going to tell you, you ain't got to work, man. Slap on them goggles and go into the metaverse, man, and shut up. That's your reality. And we're going to send you a little stipend, a little stimulus to make sure that you got your snacks and your liquor and you stay in the house. That's what they want. All right. Metasnap sued over social media, addicted girl suicide. Already they showing, man, these kids is committing suicide, man. Addicted to these apps, addicted to the metaverse. Little Selena Rodriguez struggled for 2 years with an extreme addiction to Meta's photo sharing platform. The girl was 11, committing suicide over damn apps, man. Our people is lost, man. Our people is lost. But it shows you the addictive nature that comes along with the social media, comes along with the games, comes along with the territory of the psychological warfare that's been declared on you, me, and everybody else. That's why we got to completely lock into this word, man. We got to lock into this truth. We got to be fully convinced that this is it. This is the only way out. We're not going to get up out of this through no damn jabs. We're not going to get out through no damn money. The scriptures tell you, man, money's going to be thrown in the streets in Ezekiel, the 7th chapter. If we ain't locked into this faith, man, we're not locked into what the Most High says is what is right, which is fearing Him and keeping the commandments. It's a wrap. It's a wrap, man. All hell is breaking loose, as they say. And too busy. They want to do that instead. They want to campaign for weed. They want to campaign for folly and foolishness, man. This is why the Most High said, man, the watchmen are blind and dumb dogs. They have no damn idea what's going on. And even if they did, they wouldn't tell us. They wouldn't tell the people. You know what I mean? I think we've been on long enough. What y'all think? Some of y'all up is what? Almost 2 o'clock in the morning for some of y'all. All praises, man, for y'all riding out with me, you vampires. All praises, man. For sure, man. It's been a pleasure being here with y'all, man. Shabbat shalom to everybody. Continually fear the Most High, keep the commandments, man. Y'all make sure you have a blessed evening and a good Shabbat tomorrow. Again, tomorrow for our closing Sabbath class, I'm gonna show you in the scriptures, man, what the Most High called a white man the devil. I mean, how Shai called a white man the devil. Yeah, we're going to prove that the so-called white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Famous quotes by Israelites all across the world. But we're going to go there, man. We're going to use history. We're going to use the scriptures. And we're going to show. Child of Israel. Okay, let me play it for you, man. Let me play it for you. There you go. I was trying to advertise it earlier. The Covenant 144 at gmail.com. All right. You'll see it there scrolling on the bottom. The Covenant 144 at gmail.com. Hit us up. Hit us up. We're gonna be in Pasadena tomorrow, man. But just send me an email and I'll drop the location if you can make it that way. All right. So that's it, y'all. I'm out of here. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, man. Always fear the Most High. Keep the commandments, man. Y'all be blessed. And remember, don't shoot the messenger.